All right, hold on to your seat, because what scientists just uncovered about 3I Atlas might be the most mind-bending revelation of the year. You think you've heard it all about this mysterious interstellar visitor? Think again. The story just took a massive turn, and it's shaking up everything we thought we knew about comets.
We've got a big update, a huge update on our favorite interstellar object. It could be the biggest update in the solar system. Take a look at this. This is 3I Atlas. You know how the last time we talked about it, it went behind the sun, then it got brighter, then it got bluer, then it started to go faster, non-gravitational acceleration?
A few days ago, astronomers captured brand new images of 3I Atlas just after it swung around the sun. And the moment those pictures came through, jaws dropped. Everyone expected a predictable show, a comet heating up, shedding dust, glowing brighter with a dramatic tail stretching across space. But what they found instead was something no one can easily explain. And here's where things get even more intense. China's deep space probe just released the clearest close-up yet of 3I Atlas, and the image is setting off alarms in observatories across the globe. Scientists from NASA, ESA, and JAXA are huddling over data, trying to make sense of it. In today's update, we'll walk you through what this new picture reveals, what the Chinese space team confirmed, and why it's leaving even veteran astronomers speechless. But the real question hanging over everyone's head is this: is 3I Atlas truly a comet, or could it be something completely different? The photo, snapped on November 5th, 2025, by the Arnavs Observatory, might look ordinary at first, just a pale, fuzzy light drifting in the darkness. The sun lies toward the lower left corner, its rays faintly grazing the object. But take a closer look, and you'll see why scientists are losing sleep over this one. The light isn't spreading out like a typical cometary halo. It's sharp, compact, focused, no streaming tail, no dusty veil glowing behind it, just a pinpoint of brightness floating eerily still. And when they compared it with the Hubble image from July 21st, something even stranger emerged. They looked almost identical. No dramatic change, no explosion of gas or dust. Even after 3I Atlas whipped past the sun, something that should have triggered a violent outburst. This wasn't just surprising, it was downright unsettling, because by every rule of cometary physics, that shouldn't happen. Now here's where the plot thickens. During its solar encounter, 3I Atlas suddenly flared. Its brightness shot up far beyond predictions, hitting a magnitude of around 9. It was like someone had turned up a cosmic spotlight. Naturally, astronomers started asking, what on Earth, or rather what in space, is going on here? Then came the second shock. Data revealed that 3I Atlas wasn't just brightening, it was accelerating. Not from gravity, but from some unseen force nudging it along its path. A small, measurable, non-gravitational push. That's right, the same eerie phenomenon we once saw with Oumuamua, the first interstellar visitor ever detected. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb stepped in with a possible explanation. Maybe, he said, the object was shedding material, kind of like a natural rocket. As gas jets burst from its surface, they could push the object forward, giving it that mysterious acceleration. His calculations even suggested that if Atlas were a normal comet, it would have lost roughly 13% of its mass during its close pass around the sun. So, logically, that should mean that by now, we'd see a dazzling halo of dust and gas, a brilliant, unmistakable cometary display lighting up the sky. The kind of sight even a backyard telescope could pick up. But when the world's observatories pointed their instruments toward Atlas after its solar swing, they saw nothing. No coma, no tail, no trace of that supposed mass loss. Just the same compact glow as before. And that's when the unease set in. Because if 3I Atlas really lost that much mass, where did it go? And if it didn't, then what caused the mysterious acceleration and sudden brightening? Scientists are now left staring at data that doesn't fit any natural explanation we've ever seen. And as they prepare for the next round of observations, one unsettling question keeps echoing through research labs across the planet. What is 3I Atlas really? Just when everyone thought the story of 3I Atlas couldn't get any stranger, the universe threw another curveball. For the third time, scientists noticed that its color had changed. this time glowing with a faint, haunting blue light. It wasn't just pretty, it was puzzling. That bluish shimmer hinted at processes happening on or beneath its surface that no one could easily explain. Every new observation, the missing tail, the unchanged coma, the unaccounted acceleration, and now this eerie color shift was turning 3I Atlas into one of the most baffling objects humanity has ever seen drift through our cosmic backyard. Then came the second shock. Data revealed that 3I Atlas wasn't just brightening, it was accelerating. Not from gravity, but from some unseen force nudging it along its path. A small, measurable, non-gravitational push. That's right, the same eerie phenomenon we once saw with Oumuamua, the first interstellar visitor ever detected. Usually, comets put on a show when they pass near the sun. They unfurl a long, brilliant tail of gas and dust streaming behind them like a celestial banner. Think of the famous comet Lemon, a glowing spear of light slicing across the night sky. But 3I Atlas, it looked nothing like that. Even after enduring the sun's intense heat, nearly 770 watts per square meter, it just sat there, a stubborn, fuzzy orb of light refusing to behave. Harvard's Professor Avi Loeb, yes, the same scientist at the heart of this debate, stepped in with another perspective. He warned that if upcoming observations from the James Webb Space Telescope show the same thing, that there's simply not enough gas or dust around Atlas to explain its strange acceleration, then science may need to look beyond the usual explanations. And that's where things start to feel different. Then came the surprise from the East. The Chinese Space Agency released a new image taken by the Tianwen-1 spacecraft when 3I Atlas passed relatively close to Mars, only about 30 million kilometers away. In space terms, that's practically next door. It became one of the closest ever encounters with an interstellar comet. And what this image showed sent a ripple of excitement and confusion across the scientific world. The photo revealed a small but visible tail, a bright central nucleus, and a faint surrounding coma. But the shocker, Atlas appeared much dimmer than expected. Based on the data, scientists estimated it to be about 5.6 kilometers wide. Yet even this close to the sun, it barely showed any activity. No jets of gas bursting out, no dramatic plume of dust, nothing like a typical comet. It was as if something on its surface was holding everything in, sealing the volatile materials beneath. This finding backed up earlier suspicions that 3I Atlas's surface might be made of something unusually tough, perhaps coated in material that suppresses the typical boiling off we see in normal comets. But just as researchers began to digest that, the James Webb Space Telescope came online with data that changed everything once again. Webb's infrared instruments detected something no one had predicted: peculiar patterns in the light reflected from 3I Atlas's surface. When scientists analyzed the spectrum, they found that the outer layer wasn't just a mix of ices and dust. It was something else entirely. The data showed a thick, hardened crust between 50 and 65 feet deep. And here's where things got really strange. The composition of that crust didn't match what lay beneath it. It was as though 3I Atlas had two personalities, an outer shell that seemed untouched by the usual wear and tear of space, and an interior made of something completely different. That raised the question everyone was afraid to ask: how did such a crust form? Could it have been shaped naturally over eons? Or was there a more unusual process involved? Perhaps even something engineered. To get answers, researchers began publishing new papers, suggesting that 3I Atlas might be far older than we think, possibly billions of years old, drifting silently through the galaxy long before our sun was even born. Over time, cosmic radiation may have slowly baked and transformed its surface, turning the outer ices into tougher, more stable compounds. That could explain its strange resilience, and maybe even its mysterious glow. But still, something about it doesn't feel entirely natural. And that's why, as telescopes continue to watch 3I Atlas glide away from the sun, scientists and dreamers alike can't shake the feeling that it's whispering a secret we haven't yet learned how to hear. That difference between the surface and the core could be the missing piece of the puzzle, Over billions of years, cosmic radiation may have baked the outer layers of 3I Atlas until they became something entirely new, a hardened, transformed shell that no longer resembles the material it was born from. The gases detected as it passed near the Sun seem to have come not from its pristine interior, but from this weathered crust, a kind of cosmic armor forged by time itself. But here's where things take a turn from strange to astonishing. Some scientists are now stepping out of the comfort zone of traditional astronomy and suggesting something radical, that maybe, just maybe, 3I Atlas isn't a natural object at all. They're pointing to its altered surface as possible evidence of something artificial. You might be wondering, why even think that? Well, because that crust, the mysterious outer coating, doesn't match anything we've seen in naturally formed comets. Its chemical signature looks oddly precise, almost like the kind of protective layer you'd expect from engineered materials, not random cosmic chemistry. And then came the real shocker, traces of nickel and cyanide showing up in its emissions. Those substances can form through a process involving nickel tetracarbonyl, a compound we only ever see in industrial reactions here on Earth. To find hints of that on an interstellar object, that's the kind of discovery that forces scientists to stop, stare, and rethink everything. So right now, two possibilities are on the table. Either 3I Atlas's surface was sculpted naturally by billions of years of radiation and particle bombardment, or something else shaped it. Something that might not be natural at all. What makes this even more mind-bending is how these unusual surface traits might explain its bizarre behavior near the Sun. That strange, sudden brightening. The push that seemed to come from nowhere. The way it defied every known model of cometary motion. Maybe that mysterious crust is the key. Maybe it's reacting to sunlight in ways we still don't understand. But one thing's clear. The more we learn, the less this object makes sense. Think about it. 3I Atlas has already baffled astronomers with its perfect trajectory through our solar system, its near misses with Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. And somehow, it managed to dodge Earth completely. Add that to the missing tail, the unexplained acceleration, and the eerie glow, and you can understand why scientists are starting to whisper that maybe this isn't just a comet after all. And just when the curiosity couldn't get any higher, NASA goes silent. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter reportedly captured a clear image of 3I Atlas during its pass near Mars. But that image hasn't been released, not a word, not a pixel. That silence is feeding the fire, and the world is watching, waiting, wondering, what are they seeing that we aren't? So now the big question hangs in the air. What is 3I Atlas really? Is it an ancient natural wanderer from another star system, or is it something far more mysterious, a relic, a fragment, or maybe even a message from somewhere beyond our understanding? Whatever the truth is, one thing's certain. This story is far from over. The cosmos has thrown us a riddle, and humanity is still learning how to listen. And before you go, if you've been following this journey with us, you can grab our new 3I Atlas Interstellar Mystery t-shirt. A little reminder that sometimes the universe gives us more questions than answers. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and keep looking up, because out there, something extraordinary is still waiting to be found.